Hello and happy spring, everyone, from Camden Military Academy here in Camden, South Carolina. We're going to do another Google Hangout tonight, and tonight's topic will be our summer programs. We want you to go ahead. It's the start of spring. It's time to start thinking about summer, what's going to be happening this summer, as well as next school year. So please get your questions lined up for us. If you've never been in a Google Hangout before, it's very simple. You can go on any of our social media channels, Instagram, Twitter, Flickr, YouTube, and use the hashtag Camden Military and ask your question and hashtag Camden Military. For the older crowd, they use the old pound sign, Camden Military, and we will find those questions and get these young guys that we have tonight with us to answer those questions for you. So before we get started, I do want to take a moment and just kind of tell you an overview of what our summer school program is. We have two different programs here at Camden. The first one being for the high school students. The high school students have basically class all day long. They're here basically to go to school, a lot of very intense academic setting during the summer. You will cover about 130 seat hours of instructional time over the summer in 2.5 weeks. A high school student can get 1 full credit in 2.5 weeks, or they can get 2 full credits in 5.5 weeks. Now, our middle school program is a little different. They have school in the morning. They will go to math, English, and science. And then in the afternoon, they'll have some different camp activities planned. So we have a lot of things happening here on campus here in the summer, and we want you guys to become involved in that. So, but to get started with our hangout tonight, I'm going to let these guys introduce themselves and tell you where they're from. So, Thomas, if you will start us, just give us your name, what grade you're in, where you're from.
All right. I am Thomas Asreliant. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I'm a senior at Camden Military Academy. This is my second year.
All right. And how about you, Johan?
I'm Johan, and I'm from Scarsdale, New York, and I'm a sophomore. It's my first year at Camden Military Academy.
All right. And Michael?
My name is Michael. I'm a freshman, and I'm from St. Martin, and this is my first year in Camden Military Academy.
Okay. And Alex?
I'm Alex Beasley. I'm a junior here. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. This is my second year at Camden Military Academy.
All right. And all of these young men are dressed casual tonight. I want to point that out. Since our summer school program is considered to be non-military, we do not require a short haircut, nor do we require the military dress uniform. So I just told all these guys tonight to dress like they would for summer class. So we got T-shirts, shorts, whatever, just as long as it's not obscene, there's no cutoffs, no muscle shirts, no wife beaters, things like that. So just as long as you have on a nice clothing, good shoes, you're all set for the summer. Now I'm going to start out with Thomas and ask you, Thomas, why did you initially think about coming to summer school here at Camden?
Well, summer school was really my parents' decision. I wasn't doing very good in my old school at Barmuro. And I just had a lot of difficulties with grades, academics, the structure, everything I was lacking. So when I came down, I talked to Colonel Heflin, the Dean of Students, and he set up this little plan. And basically it was, you can do 2 summer schools and 2 school years, and you can graduate on time. And I was like, I'll take that. That sounds good. So that's how the decision was made for me.
And what about you? Why did you end up at Camden for summer?
My mom, she wanted me to come to Camden Military Academy, and I wasn't sure about coming because I was a bit scared. So the decision was made that I would come to summer school, see if I liked it, and if I did, then I'd come to the regular school year. And I did enjoy myself, and I had a great time, especially with my when we went out to trips and stuff. So I did decide to come back to the school year.
All right. And Johan, your turn. Why Camden for you? Johan, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, why summer school for you?
I came to summer school because I wanted to get used to the campus and how the school day would be like here at Camden Military Academy. So came to summer school to get used to the structure a little bit. kind of like the school where things are, all that.
I think we're having some technical difficulties, so I apologize to everybody out there watching, but I think Alex is frozen, so we're going to have Alex move over to join Michael. So we'll hopefully be back here on track pretty soon. But we're going to try to keep going here, and Thomas, we'll let you tell us what's a typical day like for a summer school student in Camden.
Okay. Well,
I think it's
compared
fine.
to a school year here. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I interrupt you, Beasley?
No, go ahead, Thomas.
Anyhow, so compared to a school year here, obviously you're going to have your military aspect, and then your summer school, you're going to have, it's just the academics. Really, the school focuses entirely on its academics, but in the summer school, that's its main focus. There's no military. We'll have some aspects of military. Making sure your room is clean. That's part of it. But anything past that, doing follow-up, which is cleaning the bathrooms, going outside, picking up trash, that's not something that we do. It's a lot more relaxed. You get to focus on your studies because you go through so much in the short amount of time you have. They really want you to be able to focus and maintain your grades. So basically, you wake up. I'm sorry, I kind of got sidetracked. Basically, when you wake up, there's breakfast. We eat breakfast at 6:10. We go over there. We eat. We finish up at 7 o'clock. Come back to our barracks. We get ready for school. That gives us a little bit of time to pack up our stuff, get some last-minute homework done, and then we head off to class. And the classes are set up where they have you have either two classes or one class, and a class from breakfast till lunchtime is 3 hours. And what they do is they break up the 3 hours into hours, and they have 5-minute breaks in between those hours. So once we finish those 3 hours, then we go on to lunch, come back. We go on to lunch at 11:45, 12 o'clock-ish, and we get situated when we get back to the barracks, get our books, come back. We finish off another 3 hours, and then we have free time for the rest of the day from 3 o'clock till 6 o'clock, I believe, and then we have dinner, and then right after dinner is something called study hall, what study hall is it's a supervised studying period in the barracks where a teacher comes on to the barracks and walks up and down the hallways, make sure you're not playing on your cell phone, not doing your homework, basically not studying, and they're also there to, if you need a homework assignment or you have a question asked about your homework, they're there to help you, and that's why they're there. So that's pretty much a general day at summer school.
All right, awesome. Appreciate that. Now, something else I want to ask you about there, Thomas, since you're a cadet during the school year, and compared to the summer school, how military would you say that the actual summer school is?
Okay, so on a scale of 1 to 10, Camden Military Academy being 10, that's like major pain. Summer school is like summer camp. Like, it's not even comparable, It's like, it's really relaxed. The only thing that is military that I will say is you have to clean your room. And the TAC officers. The TAC officers can bring their military side into the summer school, just like, keeping cadets in check, make sure they're not doing anything stupid. But, anything past that, really, it's like you're living in a dorm.
And I also like to add that you also like to go to the diner facility when we go eat. You form up. You have a formation. We walk over there in a military formation. But besides that, there's no military.
Right. Yeah, it's what we say is the military structure is a lot less in your face in the summer than it is in the school year. Basically in the summer, we say non-military, like the guy said, we're still going to form up. There's going to be room inspections. There's accountability. We're still talking about time management, organization. You're going to have a study hall at night, but it's just not as intense as it is here during the school year. We have a question from Mark on Twitter. And Johan, I will let you take this question. What kinds of activities are there? So during the summer, why don't you tell us like a couple of your favorite activities that went on here in
I'm just
summer?
not moving.
So some of my favorite
Not
activities,
really.
what I would like to do after school, is that I would like to go swimming in the pool that they have here. And on the weekends, we would go see a movie, and we would also go to trips like Carowinds, whitewater rafting. We would go to Myrtle Waves and Myrtle Beach, and we'd have a lot of times with our friends there. A lot of time to
Okay.
play around, have a good time.
And how about you, Thomas? Did you have a favorite activity that we had during the summer that you enjoyed?
Um, I really enjoy going to the weight room. I like to get my gains. Get a little pumping. But definitely the pool. The pool is definitely appreciated, especially in South Carolina weather. I'm from New York, so when I see a pool in 100-degree weather, I'm going right there. That's my go-to.
Yes, it is hot here in Camden, and speaking of that, we do want all the viewers out there to come visit us at some point. Visit the school itself and also the community here at Camden. We're right in the center of South Carolina, so it makes it really easy to get to pretty much anywhere in the state. We're about 2 hours from everything. We're 2 hours from the beach. We're 2 hours from the mountains. Charlotte, North Carolina is about an hour and 15 minutes away, so we do go to the Whitewater Rafting Center up there. But Camden itself, you can come in and spend a weekend here. We have a Revolutionary War Park in the area, lots of bed and breakfast, lots of history here. And if you like antiques, there's a whole main street full of antique shops. So there's lots going on here in Camden. Just make sure you wear shorts, because like Thomas said, it will be pretty warm. Um, Now, Thomas, tell me what class have you taken in the summer, and what was like the most challenging course that you've taken during the summer?
Okay. I have trouble kind of picking what class was really hard, troubling for me. I took from my first year here, first summer school, I took English 1, and I took not pre-algebra, algebra 1, and for my second summer school, I took algebra 3 and English 3. English 3. Um, I couldn't really tell which one was a hard class. Really, to me, they were all easy. And I'm not saying that I'm a genius or anything. I'm far from it. It's just you get so much support from these teachers. It's like in the school year or any other school, you'll have maybe a class of 20 to one teacher. In summer school, we're talking about 5 to a teacher, maybe even 3 to a teacher. So the help you get makes you really understand the material, and there's no excuse for not understanding it, honestly.
And Johan, how about you? What was a class that you've taken in the summer that you found challenging,
I took
or your favorite class that you've taken in the summer?
I took geometry, and I also took chemistry, and I found chemistry a little bit more challenging because it was a subject I knew nothing about, and doing it in 6 weeks or 5.5 weeks, it was kind of like it was hard to keep up, but I was able to do it with the support with the teachers. And geometry, I learned the full subject. I learned everything about it, and the teacher helped me with that when I needed trouble or when I had trouble.
Good. And Michael, same question for you. What classes have you taken, or what's one that you found that was kind of challenging and that you really enjoyed? Oh, Michael, you there? Michael may have lost out on technical difficulties. So um, let's see. We will throw out another question to Johan and Thomas. We're really working you guys hard tonight because your connection seems to be pretty strong. So
We're pretty popular.
yeah, hey, what can you say? Huh? So tell me some afternoon activities. Like when you get out of class, what is there to do on campus? We talked about weekend trips and the pool and things. But what do you guys find to do once you get out of school? I will go to you, Thomas.
Well, all right, okay. Well, there's a lot open on campus. You have, like I said, the pool that's open. Some people might say it's an Olympic-sized pool. It's not an Olympic-sized pool, but it's a decent-sized
The Junior
pool.
Olympics. Yeah, Junior Olympics.
We're stretching a little bit there, but that's all right. We have a weight room. We have a basketball court right up there. We have a track, and we have a whole football field. And we also have a lacrosse field in the back. So there's a lot of activities to be done. The Carla House, right by the pool, it's our canteen. You can go in there, get your snacks. You can get some pizza, hot dogs, whatever you want. Providing the money, service, canteen. But so there's a lot you can do. There's nothing, you could like get bored with because always something to do. And yeah, there's always people like kids. I keep saying cadets in my head because I'm used to the cadet thing. But there's a lot of activities that go on.
Okay. Now I have a question from Ann on Twitter. And Johan, we will go to you for this one. What if the teachers aren't enough? Can you get tutoring or extra help in the summer? Johan, why don't you talk about that?
As in, like, outside help from, what do you mean, like someone comes
like
in?
outside of the classroom, during study hall or anything you may need from tutoring.
All right, so during study hall, there's a teacher that walks by your door every once in a while to see if you're doing your work or if you're not on your phone and make sure you're doing work. And if you need any help with your homework, you can always ask that teacher. If you're having any trouble, you ask that teacher. The teacher will help you get through a tricky problem or explain it to you.
Right, and I also like to add that there's tutorials right before we start class. That tutorials is basically a time where you can go to a teacher and maybe bring up a homework or a problem that was on the board, and they can run you through it and they could show it to you right before class starts, so you get a full understanding before the lesson's even taught.
Great. All right, now I want to take a moment just to remind viewers, we've had a couple of questions coming in from you guys, but we hope that we'll have some more. So please put your questions on any of our social media handles and hashtag it Camden Military, and we will get to as many of those questions as possible. And again, we're talking about the summer program, and while I have the mic, I'm going to go ahead and tell you about application, how you apply. Applying for summer is a little easier than it is for the school year. For the summer, you simply fill out the application. There's a guidance counselor form that your son's homeschool, where they're going now, would recommend the coursework that he would take here during the summer. We do get the question sometimes, is this summer program just for our cadets that will come back in the program just for kids that are going to come in and then go back to their public school at home? It's actually a mixture. We usually enroll about 120 for the summer, and we will have about 30 to 40 of those that will come back to the school year, for the school year. So the others will simply take that, they're making up for some past academic mistakes. So we are completely accredited as long as you're going to a public school once you leave Camden, whether it be after one summer or after 2 school years. All these credits would transfer back to any public school. So just wanted to throw that out there. Now, I think we have Michael back. Is Michael there? Oh, is Michael still free? Hey, Michael, how are you? Still no Michael. All right, he's frozen. All right, so we're going to move on to the middle schoolers in the afternoon. Johan, I know that you weren't in the middle school program. Michael was actually our middle schooler, but can you kind of tell the viewers, like, the middle school program, actually they have math, English, and science in the morning academically, but then what do they do in the afternoon? Did you know?
So, as far as I know, I'm pretty sure they went like paintballing, or they went to museums after the school day, or they had an extended free time where they could go in the pool, go in the weight room, run around on the football field, play soccer games. But other than that, they would go to local things around the area.
Yeah, and that's right. You nailed it. They go to paintball park, they go go-kart parks, zoos, museums, just some day trip activities that they will do. We're right next door to the Camden Airport, so they did some aviation training over there, some things with airplanes. So we keep them pretty busy. We try to keep the guys as busy as possible while they're here. Of course, again, the high school students are going to have a full day from 8:30 to 3:30, but then they'll have a couple hours of break, some free time for the Carlisle House, the pool, weight room, but then it's back to study hall that evening. So for the middle schoolers, they do get that extra little stress valve there. They can go out and go off and steam there in the afternoon after taking those morning courses. Now, one more question that I had Both of you guys, of course, are summer school students, and then you are regular school year student. But at what point did you decide in the summer, hey, I can do Camden in the fall, I want to come back here? What kind of helped you make that decision? And Thomas, we'll go back to you first.
All right. Basically, it was just a lot of the old boys, cadets who had been there, went to summer school, kind of hyped it up for me. You know, they said it's completely different. Like it, and I was kind of buying into it. I kind of like the idea of having a brotherhood. You know, not being almost independent. You're not completely independent because you still have structure, but you have your friends right there. Like literally, some of my best friends are right next door. So I mean, that kind of appealed to me.
Good. Now, Johan, your turn. At what point in the summer did you decide, hey, yeah, I think I can come back to Camden in the fall?
Well, really, it was decided before I went there, but for me, I was ready to go once I started making friends there, and they said they were going to come during the school year, so it got me really excited to come back and see them again during the school year, hang out with them, and go through formations and all that during the school year.
All right, cool. And we have a question from Marie on Twitter. It says, what kind of communication can parents have with their son during the summer? So Thomas, we'll go back to you. What kind of communication can parents have with their sons during the summer?
You basically you can text, you can call, you can do anything. You can FaceTime. Like there's no limitation unless the parents themselves, request take away his phone because he's not doing his schoolwork or whatever it is. But there's no limitation at all.
Openly communicate with your son. We're an open campus. During the school year, we have an introductory period, the first 2 weeks, where there is no phone contact. It's only email and letters. But during the summer, we don't. So from the first day, all the students can hang on to their cell phones. They can, stay in contact with mom, dad, other family friends. Again, no phones in the classroom building. So again, they're engaged in the room or just simply letting it charge. Now, guys, both of you, of course, we talked about how you went to summer and then you transitioned to the school year. Did you think it made it actually attending summer before coming in for the fall? Thomas, can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry. Could you repeat that, please?
Yeah, sorry. I said, like, you attended the summer, and do you think that was beneficial as far as helping you introduce you to Camden or transitioning here for the school year?
Absolutely. I think that being at the summer school program, I would not have fit in as well. And it's not that I have issues with, I'm a shy person. It's just like literally I got on campus that day and I immediately pointed out 5 people I saw from something. I was like, hey, summer school. And they're like, hey, summer school. So like it was just instant. I like 60 kids that I knew before I even set foot on campus. So that definitely, it's awesome. I definitely recommend it.
Right. And Johan, how about you? As far as getting familiar with the teachers, the TAC officers, who are the adults in the barracks, do you think that was beneficial getting to know those people before you come in the summer? Come in the fall.
Well, so it really helped me get to know the tax better as like who they are, so I could choose which company, like which tax I like the best because the tax rotated throughout different days. So I chose my favorite ones. I said, hey, I'll choose band and staff because those are my favorite tax during summer school. And also it just really like removed the awkwardness of just like making new friends on your first day with your new roommate, like they have no idea who they are because you already met them during summer school and you already have like friends that you can go to right at the start. And it also helped me know how to get around campus, how the classes are organized, and I knew Colonel Simonson before I came. I've met him during summer school, so when I came here during the school year, I could talk to him. I said, "Hey, thanks for the teaching, I guess," and then I could talk to him about like questions I had about physics or something that I take right now.
Okay, good. And that's what we usually find is that it is, beneficial to come in. The friends part, of course, makes it a little easier for the school year when you come in and you're not, so brand new that you do know some people. But knowing the TAC officers, the faculty and staff that are here, we're all here during the summer. Everyone who works here during the school year is here during the summer. So these guys get familiar with us then, and that really helps them out. They're more comfortable about coming back in the fall. Something I wanted to mention, both of these guys that are not having technical difficulties, Johan and Thomas, are both from New York. So I don't know what that says about New York. I guess it really is resilient city. You can go through the technical difficulties. But anyway, I met both of these guys at an open house up there in Manhattan and introduced them to the school and their families to the school. And then, of course, they come down and enroll for the summer and for the school year. And I will be traveling around this spring all over the southeast primarily, but we do travel all over the country as well. And we may be doing some international travel. So if you are interested in meeting with me or a representative that will be coming to your area, please check us out at camdenmilitary.com and go under admissions, and then under visiting or open house, you can see where I will be or where representatives will be around the country. And I think I'll be back in New York in early June. So looking to recruit some more New York boys down. All right.
All right.
I'm going to see if we can get a question here from Twitter. It says, how long is the actual academic day? So, Thomas, how about you take that one? How long is the actual academic day?
The academic day in total is 6 hours. For the middle schoolers, it's, I believe, 3 hours, just 3. All right. Sorry, I'm getting flustered. For the school year, for the summer school year, we break up those hours so you're not spending straight 3 hours and then you have lunch and then 3 hours, because that's too much to ask. So what it is you spend an hour in class, then you have a 5-minute break, you go outside, get some fresh air, recharge, come back in, another hour, and then you have that 5, and then you have that last stretch, and then you go on a lunch, and then you do the same thing for that other class.
Yeah. And you also have to tag on that study hall at night. You'll have an hour and a half to 2 hour study hall in the evening, so that's more instructional time. And that's how we're able to accumulate all those hours of instructional time in such a short amount of time in that 2.5 weeks. Which leads me to another question. There is a lot of information to cover in 2.5 weeks, and so at any point, did you feel overwhelmed? Johan, we'll go to you with this one. Did you feel overwhelmed at any point during summer, like this is too much information or information overload?
I never felt overwhelmed because I always stayed on top of my work. But if you are one of those kids that falls asleep during class, the teachers won't let you fall asleep. They'll wake you up, make you stand up or something so you won't fall back asleep, to make sure. Because if you fall asleep during one of those hours, you're losing like a few days worth of information in the actual school year. So they make sure you're up to it, and they keep you like up to date with all that we're learning.
All right, Thomas, we've got another question on Twitter. This one's from Jonathan on Twitter. It says, what kinds of lessons did you learn about time management or organization over the summer?
Time management, I learned a lot during summer school. You're basically independent for the way you take your academics. Sure, there's a lot of help, and like I said, there's a lot of teachers and there's a lot of resources, but they're just resources. If you really want to go ahead and push all the way, you can do that, and you have all the power to do it. Usually during study hall, that's where that time, that critical moment where you really get ahead in your homework or studies or whatever it is, and it taught me a lot. It taught me, how to find valuable.
Good. So yes, as we mentioned earlier, you will focus on some of those time management, organization skills. You'll pick that up during the summer, and we offer those, of course, during the school year. But it's just not as intense as it is. You're still going to get all of that, the military, the self-discipline, and the time management, the organization, the structure. But it's just not as in your face as it would be during the school year. A question from Connie. we will throw this one to Johan. This one is coming off of Instagram. Did you approach the new school year with a different outlook after your summer school at Camden? Did you approach the new school year with a different outlook after summer school at Camden? How do you feel about
So
that, Johan?
I think that kind of a new outlook. Well, not really,
Can you guys
but
hear us? Can
it
you guys
kind of
hear
got me
us?
more familiar with
Can-
the TAC officers again because like you got to know the TAC. If you talk to the TAC officers, they could tell you how the school year was going to be like, so that you could be prepared for the school year.
Okay, good. Now we have Michael and Alex back, right?
Finally.
Okay. All right. So, Michael, we're going to start with you. Tell us about a middle school day. You actually attended the middle school, so give us what a typical day like is for middle school.
Typical day at middle school would be, well, we'd wake up in the morning, we'd go to breakfast, and then we'd come back, we'd clean our rooms. Well, in the morning we'd clean our rooms, and then after that, after we cleaned our rooms, we'd go to class. We'd have 3 periods of class, and then after that, we'd go back to the barracks. We'd drop off our books, and then we'd go to lunch. And then after lunch, we'd we either go to a trip. We'd like go to the museum, or we'd go paintballing. And if not, we'd just stay on campus, and we'd either do athletic sports, we'd like swim, or we'd just go onto the football field and play football. And then after that, we'd go back to the barracks, and we'd do study hall. And after I would be a supervised study hall with a teacher. And then after that, the day's basically over. We'd take showers and go to sleep.
Okay, good enough. Now, Alex, I want to ask you a couple of questions that some of the other guys got to answer a while ago. I mean, yeah, Alex. I'm looking at Alex with Michael's name there. Alex, what do you feel? Do you feel like summer school helped prepare you to have a better school year here at Camden? Did you feel like it helped transition you better?
Yes, definitely. When I
In what ways
first
would you
came
say?
here, I had really bad grades, and I was a very unorganized person. I didn't really know what I was doing with my life. So my parents sent me here to get a sense of structure for my life. And it was kind of like getting my toes wet before I came in for the school year, just to like get a good sense of what's going to go on here and what I need to be doing. And it was like the perfect place to start. I came in, I was relaxed, I felt kind of at home because like I had some friends here. I started making friends. I got a good feel of what it's going to be like for the school year, because it's like it's the middle, it's the median between your life at home and Camden Military Academy school year life. It's right there in the middle, and it's a very good place to start your transition.
Great. All right. And tell me about a course. I think you've been here twice now, 2 summers. Tell me a course that you've taken that you really enjoyed or that you found challenging.
Can you repeat that?
Yeah, what's a course that you've taken here during the summer that you really enjoyed taking or that you found challenging, or favorite teachers that you had here during the summer?
In my second year doing summer school here, I've done two. I did one last year and then this most recent one. In the most recent year, I did Algebra 2, and that was definitely a very challenging course because it's probably one of the hardest courses the school offers for summer school, and it's just a lot of information packed into that small time. It's a lot of material to cover, but with the support from the teachers and the small numbers in the classroom, I got it done, and I'm surprised I did. It was hard work, but I did do it, and I learned a lot from it too.
Good. Good. Now we'll go back over to Michael. There's a question from Facebook, from Mark on Facebook. Were you upset when you learned you had to go to summer school? What do you think about that, Michael?
Excuse me, sir? I didn't hear you.
We'll go back over to Johan. Johan, answer that question for me.
So at first I was like, that sucks. I have to miss 6 weeks of my summer. But once I got there, after the first weekend happened, and we went on our first trip to, I think, Carowinds or water rafting, whatever it was, I realized, hey, this is kind of, I get my breaks and my vacations too while I'm here, and I'm with my new friends that I made here. So it pretty much after the first week you realize, hey, it's not bad at all. You're actually having a lot of fun at the same time that you're learning.
Good, good. And how about you, Thomas? How did you feel about it when you learned about summer school was in your future? Because I know, that's not everyone's favorite topic.
Oh yeah. My parents said, "Well, you're going to military school." I was just like, "There goes my summer." But it really wasn't like that. I was expecting it to hang out with my friends, do some reckless stuff. But being at summer school, it was a very different experience. Like I still got to hang out with some really cool people. Still got to do awesome things, go out. I probably did a lot more at summer school than I would have at home. So.
Good. And Thomas, if you could give a piece of advice to someone who would become, hey, Michael, are you back?
Yes, I am back.
Okay, all right. We'll ask you that question. What's a piece of advice that you would give to someone who's considering coming to summer school?
Honestly, I would say definitely come to summer school because especially if you're a middle schooler, you'd have the best time of your life. Like you come to school, you do your schoolwork, and after your schoolwork, you'd have some fun after your schoolwork. Like it's definitely a balance between everything. Like you do your schoolwork and then you have fun. You get to go out, you get to do paintballing, you get to go on amusement parks too. So I mean, it's just like there's definitely a balance between it.
And Alex, what's your piece of advice for someone who's thinking about coming into the high school program?
I definitely think it's a good idea because you get 2 high school credits for 6 weeks or 5.5. You get 2 full high school credits. If you come for 2 years, you can skip the grade, and you learn a lot about friendship and brotherhood here because you've got your best friends right next door. You can go hang out with them. You can go spend your free time with them. And then when you're in the classroom, you've got that really close relationship to your teachers, and you can learn more from that than you otherwise would in a public school environment because the teachers are more involved with you, and they know more about who you are in that environment.
Well, one thing that someone had mentioned earlier, I can't remember which student did, but if you do come to our summer school program, we do let you choose or have a say-so in what barrack you'll be placed in for the school year. So if you are thinking about coming for the school year and you come for the summer, you can find me sometime over the summer and say, hey, Casey, I would really like to go into family staff or A company or B company. I think Johan said that earlier, that he found the TAC officers that he seems to like the best and requested them. So just keep that in mind. If you do come to summer, just find me at some point and we can try our best to make that happen. I want to tell you one last time about how to actually apply to the summer school. You would just go online, complete a summer school application. We'll get a guidance counselor form from your son's current school, and once we have those 2 things with their recommendations of the courses to take here, we would sign him up. Summer school starts June 20th, which is a Monday, the first session. The second session is later in July, and that's all there is to it. Very simple application process. We do not require a visit. We do not require an interview for summer. However, if we see something on the application, we may make that an additional requirement. But anyway, we hope to have a lot of applications for the summer. Just keep in mind, we take the first 120 students available who apply. We have 120 spots available. So, just want to apologize for the technical difficulties tonight. We've been a little distracted, but I think we'll probably try this summer hangout again pretty soon and let these guys have another shot at their stardom here on the Google Hangout. So I want to thank all my guys for taking time out to come over here tonight, and thank you for watching. And just keep in mind to keep checking back at CamdenMilitary.com, check for those open houses, and come see us. And if you have any questions, you can email me directly at admissions, admissions, at CamdenMilitary.com. And we hope you have a great night. Thanks for joining us.